Welcome back to the ASUS ROG DreamLeague, and we just witnessed our first game of the series at Finem versus Virtus Pro. A little bit of a bloodbath, guys. It was at Finem who was not able to come out on top there, but I think the first 2 minutes had 8 kills in it, something like that.
Yeah, exciting.
Exciting for sure.
Lil just, denying himself once or twice, just running at people. Level 1 rune engagement, VP gets both runes, and then just, they're just like, yeah, fight, chase him.
I mean, it was the pre-0 minute tower dive on mid lane, going for the Alk.
It worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it went well for them.
It was a kind of back and forth game for the first 16, 17 minutes, and then just kind of swung pretty heavily in VP's favor.
Yeah, do you feel like that was the way it was always going to go? Obviously, you said VP was going to win this game, but at some point, it did look like at Finem, sure, the pickups were there for Virtus Pro, but then at Finem started to get those team fights going, and it looked like it could potentially turn around.
Well, I think that at Finem could have taken it, but I feel like they needed to calm down a little bit more. They had this Warlock, and they needed to use the Rock to take good fights, but they kept kind of getting baited into taking fights that were not on their terms. What they want to do is they have this bounty hunter who just runs around and tracks people. Doesn't matter that much if he dies. And then they push lanes with this Darkseer. They have an alchemist who just sits in front of towers and he clouds the tower. Then there's not that much the VP can do anymore, because if they want to come, they have to dive so far into the tower, then they just drop a rock and fatal bonds. And they can also kind of kite with this Darkseer, with the Surge, with the move speed from this from the bounty hunter and so on, and then some clutch silence onto a Potom or an Axe at the right time, and they can easily get a fight like that. And then if they just take it a bit easy and let the alchemist farm up a little bit more, get like Shivas, get AC whatever, something along those lines, then I think they can definitely take that game. But I felt like they felt forced to make moves, even though they weren't they didn't have to, and then they did it, and I think that kind of costed them the game. Yeah,
it seemed a bit like kind of rushed. They got like the mech timing, and that's when they took like their couple like 2 fights, whatever, the team fights that went kind of well. Not only because of the mech, kind of like the positioning too, but then that bottom situation happens. Alchemist buys a full solar crest, and they were just like, we're committed to this Roche. We're not going to push lanes out. We're not going to do anything else. We've got Warlock Golem. We're just going to go to this Roche pit and make this fight happen for 3 minutes.
Well, and then this happens. We have a highlight clip of that fight. It took a long time, as you said.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see. We're gonna see Mr. Appleman. Thanks. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so we already have at Finem in the pit. They've already dropped their rock. Darkseer is gone, Shadow Demon's gone, and no one is sitting on this cliff.
No, there's a Potom there.
Oh, sorry. There's Mirana sitting on the cliff. Thanks, Taika. Let's play it. We'll see what happens.
Cleans up the Inferno with the casual Aghanim Starfall.
And gets it has the vision with the arrow as well. And Infested Lifestealer jumping right in, gets a 3-man crush, then the Starfall on top of it again.
Sick leap too on the high ground. Maybe not 100% intentional, but...
I was going to say, who knows if that was intentional. They just eat everybody up.
Yeah, they don't really have like a frontliner at this point either, because the Alchemist is kind of like squishy once he gets amped up. They don't have their Warlock in obviously the Warlock Golem was already committed, Fatal Bond's committed, VP just has the perfect jump. Drow buyback, Darkseer buyback.
They teleport back to the tier 1 there, and they're back here already.
Super committed to just, like we were saying, they want this Roshan, they want this fight. They know that this is, it's really important Aegis at this point, because they didn't play the farm game once they had the Solar Crest. So they're committed.
Bought back as well. And he is on his way back this as well. So, you're thinking maybe this fight's over now. No, because Roche is still alive. So fighting continues. The vacuum misses, unfortunately, there for Skylark. He tried to vacuum people on the high ground. And, well, Virtus Pro is just as happy continuing this fight.
Yeah, they don't have their... Finem doesn't have their Alchemist. And they used buyback on the Drow. So now they're put in a very unfortunate position, because they're fighting versus 5 heroes who don't really have any, large ultimate cooldowns. They have, what? Mirana ultimate and Infest and stuff maybe, but those aren't really big ultimates, while at Finem has the Warlock Golem, which has almost like a 3-minute cooldown. So they're really dependent on their cooldowns, and the fight just prolongs a little bit too much, and they kind of just overstay their welcome in that Roche pit. But they kind of felt, they kind of put themselves in that position. And like Pycat was saying, they want to be the ones to dictate the fight. They want VP to be coming onto them on their own terms and get the big combo off, but when you have, you know, you don't really have everything up, and VP just has kind of, they know exactly where you're positioned.
And they put you out of position with a with the hook.
With the hook, yeah.
And with a lot of nice hooks. And of course the last fight is just Warlock dead before the fight even starts with the Slardar and Lifestealer blow up combo. Let's take a look at what people have voted for as an MVP for this specific game. The MVP vote will run for the entire series, so you still have the chance to vote. Whoa!
Bam.
Oh, okay, I will agree with that.
I mean, he picked Pudge.
He picked Pudge, he played Pudge, he hooked like a good Pudge.
Dandy face.
Dandy
face. I mean, it was an enjoyable game to watch. So normally, when we see maybe next time play Bounty Hunter, he has a lot of impact early game. It was kind of not really there. Was that all on the Pudge?